450 and any responding south car vehicle shots fired. Utilize caution.
All right, everyone, we are back, and today we're going to talk about setting up your inventory and deciding how much you are going to prep. Now, prepping has a lot of different aspects to it, and it's going to be different depending on not only your family size and maybe even your location, but also your dietary needs and the items that you want to stock. What you may stock, someone else is not going to stock in their pantry, whether it be certain household supplies, pet supplies, or even your food. So with that being taken with a grain of salt, we're going to go ahead and move forward. Again, remember that everybody's needs are going to be different, and everybody's budget will also be different, because money is also going to play a factor into your preps, how much you're prepping, when you're prepping, what you're prepping, and your specific needs. So with that being said, before you start jumping into prepping and deciding that you want this huge full-on stockpile pantry downstairs in your basement, and you kind of want the grocery store at home feel, you need to know what you already have on hand. You need to use what you have already on hand. And as you begin prepping, you'll understand the famous saying, one for now, two for later. Basically, you buy one as you need it for now, and you always stock as many as you can for later, because that will help you rotate your stockpile so that you don't eat down and or deplenish your stock unless you want to do so. So with that being said, yes, it's time to organize. This is step 2 in building your prep pantry. Step 1 was to figure out how much space you have and what you're going to put in that space. For example, I have 2 7 cubic foot deep freezers, 2 5 foot cubic deep freezers. I have an entire basement that is the size of my house. So I have a lot of storage space. I have a lot of areas I can stick things in. If your house doesn't have that much space, you may be working on limited space. So once you decided exactly how much space you have to store items, and this isn't just food, y'all. It's not just like having a second deep freezer or having a second refrigerator, but also being able to have space for, again, pet supplies if you have pets, and also anything that could be healthcare related, personal care related, things of that nature. So here's what we have here. You're going to go through and you're going to inventory your whole house. You need to know what you currently have on hand. You need to look through your items, because there may be things in the very back that you didn't know that you had in places. Or you may have things that you know you have that you're not going to need, use, and or want, or still don't use, or things you may disregard and discard because you never did use. So with that in mind, also keep an idea of what your household really uses versus things that maybe you just bought it on sale, but you never used. So don't get caught up in, oh, it's a sale item, I'm going to go purchase 50 of these. Because if you're not going to use them, don't put it on your shelves. It will just go to waste. It's wasted money. So this organizational packet, I will go ahead and link it down below. I did purchase it off of Etsy. The only thing that this packet doesn't have is things for household related items, such as stocking up on toilet paper, paper towels, animal supplies, shampoo, conditioners, body washes, deodorants, toothpaste, toothbrushes, things of that nature. But it's really easy to not only create one, but just to use a notebook to keep a hold of that. And just so you know, you don't have to purchase these sheets off Etsy. These are not my personal sheets. I purchased this from Etsy. But it makes my organization for my household so much easier. You can definitely laminate these if you have a laminator, so that you can use a black Sharpie right over and over again, and then wipe, erase, and go through it again. Or how I'm going to do it is I'm resetting up my prepper pantry, y'all. I have erasable pens, and so we can erase and change the quantity. Super simple. You can do it with a pencil too. But you don't need these fancy sheets because you can also put it in just a regular notebook. This is a little bit more of an upscaler type notebook. This is a disc-bound notebook. But you can get a spiral-bound notebook. And y'all, the best time to get it is now because school supplies, y'all, school supplies, okay? So notebooks are really super cheap in the stores right now because it's school supply season. All right, so this one, I really like this packet. Again, I will link this seller down below in the description box. And this all came together, and she also had a bonus printable set that you could get, and it was within this entire listing. This is just to keep things on hand in our refrigerator. Surprise, surprise, my kitchen refrigerator is a 7.5 cubic foot refrigerator. Y'all, it's not big at all. I used to have a very, very large 26 cubic foot refrigerator in my kitchen. The problem was everything was pushed to the back. Things were being spoiled. Things were having to go into the trash. And before the end of the week, I would have a 13-gallon trash bag full of food that went to waste. Yes, I downsized massively. I will show you that here in an upcoming video on how I'm storing food enough for all of us in a 7.5 cubic foot refrigerator in my kitchen. And y'all, it has its own freezer as well, which I absolutely love. Now, I do have a secondary refrigerator. It's my catch-all. It's my overflow. But that's used for things that will last a lot longer, such as butter, such as juices, things of that nature. Maybe even extra eggs. But I don't pack my freezers and freezers anymore. So this is just the inventory, my refrigerator. So I know what I have on hand and what I'm going to need. So there's some things in my refrigerator, just like there is my freezer, that will constantly rotate, y'all. It will constantly rotate because we use things over and over again. That's why inventory is so important. That tells you what you constantly use, what you sometimes use and don't need to purchase as often, and what you never use and it just constantly gets thrown away. The concept of inventory, to know what you have on hand, is so that when you do go to the grocery store, you may not need that particular product now, but if you're using it a lot, it's something you want to add to an inventory list in order to continue to purchase it, especially if it goes on sale. So that is the refrigerator inventory. The extra refrigerator inventory, again, for those of us who have more than one refrigerators. Now, one thing that I am going to change in all my prepping situations in the past is each one of my kids now are going to get their own refrigerator in their room. And you're thinking, oh my gosh, how are you going to do that? They're all going to get one of these sheets, an extra refrigerator. Now, remember, I've got an extra refrigerator downstairs for some other items that don't fit in my 7.5 cubic foot refrigerator in the kitchen. But I do have a 19 cubic foot refrigerator downstairs as well. And again, that holds things like extra butter that isn't being frozen. It will hold extra juices. I like to get the Gatorade bottles, and once my kids drink up all the Gatorade, I either get powdered Gatorade to refill those bottles, or I refill those bottles over and over again. They're a lot more friendlier when you can do that with Gatorade bottles because of the thickness of it. Now, obviously, they can't go in the dishwasher, but you can hand wash them. We do things such as flavor water, sweet tea, unsweetened tea, Kool-Aid, powdered Gatorade, Powerade, things of that nature, and I refill a ton of Gatorade bottles and throw them back in there, and the kids can grab as they need. Portion control in our house has become very, very important. So my kids are each going to get their own refrigerator in their room as well, so they can have things that they like to have on hand. Remember, I have 3 teenagers, 13, 14, and 15. I don't want somebody putting something in their refrigerator and it's the time old saying of someone stole this, someone took my, somebody ate my, and then you fill in the blank. So in order for my household not to have that problem, I am here shortly in the future going to buy each one of my kids their own refrigerator for the room. But it's not going to be a big one, y'all. It's going to be a mini fridge, and it's just going to get them by for the week. And so that they can give me a list of things that they need and or want during that week for the next week that they've ran out. So that will get rid of the fights in my house. So extra refrigerator for me for downstairs, extra refrigerator for my kids. I am not going to laminate these sheets currently right now. I may do it in the future, but I will give my kids each one of those sheets on a clipboard, and that way they can just put it where they need to, and they can fill it out and change it with their erasable pen. All right, the next one is freezer. Now, this is my refrigerator freezers, y'all. My refrigerator freezers, this is for me. Also, we'll give the kids each one for their refrigerator, little refrigerator freezer. Deep freezer. Y'all know I have 4. 2 7 cubic foot deep freezers, 2 5 foot cubic freezers. Deep freezers. I'm sorry. I keep saying refrigerator freezers. Deep freezers. This is going to help me inventory what I will currently have on hand, how much I have, maybe a price point that I'm looking at purchasing and things of that nature. One thing that I really, really like to buy is my meats at Sam's Club, y'all. Right now, I'm stocking up on vegetables, specifically green peppers, colored peppers, onions, things of that nature, other vegetables that are in stock that I can chop myself, flash freeze, and put in my freezer. I went down to the farmer's market just the other day, watched that video. I bought 12 peppers, colored peppers. They call them ugly vegetables because they may need to be quickly eaten up or something of that nature. Maybe they're not shaped properly. It doesn't matter to me, y'all. They're all getting chopped in my chopper. And I flash freeze them. I got 12 of them for $2. Now, peppers right now are in season, so they are cheaper. But if you can get them cheaper at a farmer's market, do it. Huge bag of carrots I got yesterday. Several pounds worth of carrots, y'all. I want to say it was like a 3, maybe even a 4 or 5 pound pack of carrots. I'm going to wash them, keep the peelings for stock, for vegetable stock, and chop those down with my mandolin slicer, and I'm going to start canning my carrots so much cheaper. Y'all, carrots in the store at Walmart in my local area of Kansas City, Missouri is between 95 and 97 cents just for the great value carrots. Why do that when I got a whole huge bag I can do for myself, put them in 16-ounce mason jars, and can the carrots myself? Then I know what's going in my food. So, that is freezers, deep freezers. Our next one is the pantry. If you're going to have 2 pantries, your working pantry and your prepper pantry. Your working pantry is anything that's already upstairs in your kitchen. That is on any shelving units in your kitchen, that is in your cabinets, things of that nature. Even on your countertops, if you have canisters on your countertops or mason jars on your countertops or anything where your food is stored in the kitchen that you currently have your food in, then that is your current pantry or your working pantry. Your prepper pantry is where you store the items that you have back items of. So if I have 45 cans of green beans in my kitchen cabinet, then that is my working green bean pantry. If I have 45 cans of green beans downstairs in my prep pantry, that is my prep pantry. I rotate by taking the items out of the kitchen, using them from the pantry I already have, and then every week on Fridays, I go downstairs, I grab what I need that I need to backstock in my cabinets upstairs. So if I'm down 20 cans of green beans in my kitchen cabinet, which is my working pantry, then that Friday I go downstairs, I pull off a flat and 3/4 of a flat off my prepper pantry shelves, bring it upstairs, move the green beans in my cabinet to the front, and stock in the back the cans that I need to stock so that my kitchen pantry stays well filled. And then I will put on a list that I need more cans of green beans for my prep pantry downstairs. So anyways, that's the difference between working pantry, which is the one you're currently in your kitchen, and your prep pantry, which is where your items are stored otherwise. You definitely need one of these prep sheets, and the reason for this is you need to know what you always have on hand at any given time. If items go on sale, you can look at your prep list and you can say, well, I'm running low on that item, and if I can pick it up cheaper right now because it's on sale, I'm going to pick it up. So this always tells you what you have on hand. So you're not running to the store and grabbing items you currently have on hand because you know what you have. Without a prep list like this and pantry list, you have no idea sometimes what you have on hand, especially if you have a huge pantry and a huge overflow. You need to know what you have on hand. Shh, it's okay. Y'all, I got 6 chihuahuas. Apologies. So another thing that I've decided not to do is overstock or stock too much of condiments. I've realized that in my past prepping years, I overstocked way too much in the condiment area. Salad dressings, ketchups, mustards, mayos, things of that nature. I'm no longer going to do that. I'm going to have one for now that I'm currently using and one for later, because those items are a lot cheaper in my area and I can get my hands on them unless something happens and they go flying off the shelf. Then I'll definitely pick up a few more. But I noticed that we weren't using as many of the condiments and a lot of things went to waste and went into the trash. So my household will not be stocking up on a ton of condiments anymore. It's very easy for me to go to the store or to have them delivered fairly quickly. Also, we can buy bigger and in bulk, like at Sam's Club or Costco's. I have a membership to both. And if I want to go get a gallon of mayonnaise, because we go through a lot of mayonnaise, it'll be a lot more economically friendly price-wise to pick up a gallon versus a 30-ounce jar at Walmart. So there's a lot of things I'll go through as I'm going through this series to let you all know what we are going to be doing and what we're shifting and what we're changing. In your household, it's going to be totally separate. Y'all, I needed this. I needed this in my life. This is a spice list. I have probably close to 60 spices, with a couple more coming from Amazon here currently. But everybody who has spices needs a spice list. I can't tell you how many times I went to reach for garlic salt and only found garlic powder. Now, obviously, I can use garlic powder in replacement of garlic salt, but when we are actually making our garlic bread, we like garlic salt. So knowing what you have on hand, once again, in your spices is paramount. Because how many times have you, myself included, gone to make tacos, had the meat done, went to reach for the taco seasoning, and you didn't have any? So spices. I'm going to have this in 2 forms. I'm going to have this one sheet for bottled spices and or mason jar spices, because once I get a big bulk, I put them into mason jars. Another way I'm going to use this is for packets. And y'all, I got a ton of seasoning packets, okay? We like spices in our food. We like our food to taste good. But I need to know what I always have on hand, just in case I go to reach for that taco seasoning. I better know how many seasoning packets I have left on hand. I would hate to have to stop everything, run to the store, just to buy 1 packet of taco seasoning. So spices are very, very important as well. I love this sheet. Again, the one sheet that was not a company in here, and I may actually go ahead and talk to the seller about it, see if she would actually add it in to her listing, is one for household and personal care, right, and pets. Those are the 3 other ones. If not, it's not a big deal. We can make our own as well. So you can make sheets. If you're very savvy, you can make sheets on Canva using a free. You don't need to use Canva Pro for those of us who sell items off of Canva on Etsy or anywhere else, or make them for ourselves. But Canva, just the regular Canva, is free, and you can make sheets like this yourself, so you don't actually have to pay the price. Another way to use this for inventory is to use just a plain notebook. Again, the schools right now have all their school supplies at Walmart and things of that nature. You can pick up whatever kind of notebook you want. I really like the disc-bound systems because you can take pages out, you can shift things around, I can add things to this, and I will be doing that. This one is a disc-bound Happy Planner notebook that I got on Walmart. I either got this at walmart.com, shh, y'all, or I got this on Amazon. And basically, it's just lined paper, y'all. And really, it's really good to have tab dividers. So I can go ahead and write down all of our personal care that we currently have on hand: shampoos, conditioners, feminine pads, all that stuff, medications. I can list everything that I have in my house: toilet paper, paper towels, napkins, all the household and personal care, cleaning supplies, laundry supplies, and I can write how much I have and how much I want to get. Again, this goes back to your personal space and how much you're going to be able to put in your prep space. If you can only put 2 extra boxes of laundry detergent, then that's going to be your goal. If you can put a lot more, I can put buckets and buckets and buckets of laundry detergent. I've got a significant amount of space in my basement. So luckily I'm able to do that. If I was in a smaller space, I would have to refine that and say, okay, I can only stick this amount that I can put into my inventory. So this inventory sheets are not only going to show you, or how you write on your paper, how much you currently have, but it's also going to let you know, okay, how much are you going to want to stock? That's going to be in the next video. How much are you going to want to stock? A 1 month stock up, a 3 to 6 months, which is very common, 6 to 9 months of stock up, a year's worth of stock up, or more. So we'll talk about that in the next video when I show you my working pantry and how I'm going to be filling out my worksheets for my inventory so I know what I have on hand. So this is another way, just a plain notebook, y'all. You can put freezer on here. You can put fridge on this one. You can get a notebook. You can get a 3-ring binder, put in loose leaf paper, and just buy the tab dividers. You can get the tab dividers in, I believe it's 8, 12, and 24 tab dividers, and you can create an entire 3-ring binder if you would like of your inventory. So you take your inventory first, and that's the step. The next step is how much you plan to stock after what I show you next here in just a second. Another really good one, if you like the online approach to things, there is an app that I also use. It's called Cook List. And Cook List has a couple of different platforms within it, membership-wise, that you can use. And those lists are for freezers, refrigerators, deep freezers, pantries, and you can go through and add and subtract what you have already on hand. You can use a barcode to scan your items in, and you can put it into different sections. Now, my cook list is linked with Walmart.com. So when I run low on something, I can add it to my Walmart.com list. I can choose to add that particular name brand or off brand like Great Value, and I can add how much that I want, and then I can go check out through Walmart.com. I love it. They also have recipes on there from using your items and things of that nature. It's just a really, really good app. It's super, super affordable. Again, it's called Cook List, and you can get it on iOS. I'm for sure that. You'll have to check for Android users. I apologize. I don't use Android and I'm not familiar with it. My daughter, Danya, is, but I'm not. So Cook List is a digital way to set up things like these sheets in case you don't want to print things out and write on paper or use a notebook or a 3-ring binder. So those are some options for inventories. While you're setting up your inventory, y'all, I absolutely always tell people allrecipes.com. Allrecipes.com. The reason for that is you can look up recipes based on what you have in your pantry and or kitchen. You can go ahead and change serving sizes. You can print out recipes. I print out recipes. I literally laminate them and throw them in a 3-ring binder and make my own cookbooks. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. I do. Y'all, I do. But the thing what I like about allrecipes.com, not only can you go by the different food groups, the different food types that you want to make, whether it's beef, chicken, if you're vegetarian, vegan, carnivore, it doesn't matter. You can go on there, you can find recipes in whatever eating style that you like, and with whatever you can, whatever's in your fridge, start putting in ingredients and saying things that contain blah, blah, and blah. It will generate a list of recipes. If you like the recipe, you can save it to a recipe box within that account. Allrecipes.com is a free account, and you can go back into that little recipe box on your account and look up those recipes again when you want to use them over and over. If you're going to use them a lot, y'all, and you like the recipe, I suggest printing it out. The reason I say laminated is if you got your recipe sitting out on your counter or you have it on a cookbook stand like we do, then you don't want anything splattering and getting on it where you have to reprint it out. You can just wipe it off, put it back in your binder, and bam, you're ready to go. So, and you can also go ahead on like Word documents and go ahead and make your own recipes. Print them out and laminate them and throw them in there as well, because we have a shepherd's pie recipe I'll make here on this channel that my kids are obsessed with. They just love it, and it's not like anybody else's shepherd's pie. I've never seen it made any other way like this, and I have the recipe. It's very simple, and it's the one my kids like. So I went ahead on Word document, I wrote it out, or typed it out I should say, printed it, laminated it, 3-hole punched it, and put it in a 3-ring binder. So that's another thing. Y'all heard me talk to you about making my own bread. I absolutely hate buying bread at the store. I also have a hot dog mold and a hamburger mold. Y'all, that's all just bread. It's just simple ingredients. I'm not going to spend $1.45 for great value hamburger buns. And Lord have mercy, if you looked at the prices of Wonder Buns and, I don't know, Dave's Killer Bread Buns, y'all, the price is just going up and up. I mean, no thank you. It's just flour, water, salt, that's it, yeast. So with that being said, you need to go shut your door, please. With that being said, we did buy this for the bread machine. This is a bread machine cookbook. Now, let me tell you something about this, because when we're talking about inventory, if you're going to make your own bread, then you're going to have to buy things like flour and maybe some oils and salt and things of that nature. There's different types of recipes in here. I have been buying these books on Amazon. Not a huge mistake, but partially a mistake, and I'll explain to you why. But cookbooks, y'all. Cookbooks, allrecipes.com. Again, with allrecipes.com, you go in there and say the serving size is 8 and there's 2 in your family. Well, if you want to have one now and one maybe for dinner tomorrow, like make a little extra for an extra dinner or lunch the next day, you can change your serving size to like 4. That way it serves 4 people. If you and your husband are the only 2 people in the house, you make a serving size for today and a serving size for tomorrow, or for dinner, or for you to freeze, things of that nature. Cookbooks is really a handy need as well when you're working with your inventory sheet, because if there's recipes you like, recipes you make a lot, you're going to want to put them in your inventory list. If you don't have it now, you're going to put it on your prep list for later on so that you can decide how many you have, how many you want to get. How much do you make of that item is another thing. If you make bread all the time, you don't want a 5-pound bag of flour. You may not want a 2-pound bag of flour. You may be going to what we do, and I made the mistake in putting them into 5-gallon buckets, because here's the deal, y'all. 5-pound buckets, the flour only lasts for 6 months. Then it just kind of goes to ew. If you put bread in your freezer, it lasts a lot longer. So the second 7 cubic foot freezer downstairs that I showed you previously, baking freezer. Why? Because we're going to be putting away quite a bit of flour, because we're going to make our own buns, breads, French loaves, things of that nature. Not that I won't sometimes buy it on a convenience when I need to for a quick meal if I don't have something planned that day. But y'all, cookbooks are something you're going to need. But you know what? We're going to buy flour in the 25-pound bags. And nope, not going to make the mistake in putting it in 5-gallon buckets anymore. I will have a container that sits inside my refrigerator that has flour in there. Do not put it on your shelves. Put it in your fridge. It also will extend the life of your flour. Freezer's the best. Then the fridge. On your shelf is just not something that we're going to do. So cookbooks are another thing. And I did buy this used on Amazon. I don't buy brand new books off Amazon. Now, the reason I mentioned I made kind of a mistake is I'm finding a lot more books on eBay. So much cheaper. So much cheaper. We'll talk about one of those books here in just a minute. I did purchase 2 books off of eBay right now. Now, by no means do you need hardback cookbooks. You just don't need them. Now, I'm hoping, Philip,
Yeah.
which cookbook is that? Is that Kent Rawlings or?
That is the dinner.
Yeah, no, okay. Okay, that's not Kent Rawlings. This one's the Kent Rawlings cookbook.
Faith, Family, and the Feast.
Yes, that's the one I need. Okay, thank you. All right, y'all. You don't have to buy cookbooks. There are so many recipes online, all recipe. You can print them, or you can put them in your virtual recipe box online. So if you don't have a printer, don't freak out. You can always do that, save them, and go back and do it digitally, things of that nature. I'm just showing you different options. We like the cookbooks because, yes, I can go on Kent Rawlings' YouTube channel and watch his recipes. Y'all, he is absolutely amazing. We have quite a few of his books, but I'm doing this setup for my daughter Jessica for when she does move out, she can take the cookbooks with her. But you bet your butt I'm going to have copies of the recipes that we really like, and what we'll do is I'll just have somebody type them out or photocopy them and put them into my recipe binder, but she will take the books with her. Kent Rawlings is amazing. If you haven't seen his YouTube channel, please go over and subscribe, watch him, support his channel by watching his videos. Y'all, he's got some very simple, easy recipes. Around here, easy is becoming the new norm. We want everything, shh, y'all got so many dogs. We want everything to remain easy and stress-free, especially when it comes to cooking any time of the day. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, any time of the day. So this is another book that I just wanted to show you that we have. We have a lot of Kent Rawlings books. I do religiously watch his videos. I have saved some of his recipes in YouTube. I go ahead and save it to one of my folders in YouTube that I marked recipes. It's a private folder, so I shift a lot of recipes that I find online on YouTube that I really like into there, so I can always go back and watch the video and know what the ingredients are and what's being made, things of that nature. That's another great option for getting recipes too. This is the one. This is Ree Drummond. Y'all, I love this woman. I love the way she cooks. I used to be obsessed watching her on Food Network, and I just don't watch much TV anymore because I'm so super busy. Here's what I said when I made the mistake. I bought this book online on Amazon. Again, used. Bought this used on Amazon. Free shipping. But today I bought 2 more cookbooks from her. Now, I do have a freezer cookbook from her, too, that's currently over on my shelf. Y'all, we got a lot of cookbooks. Let's just put it as we probably got close to 40 cookbooks. We're obsessed. But this one here is amazing. I have her freezer cookbook. I have another cookbook. But here's what I did. I bought this off of Amazon, okay? I didn't pay that much, y'all. It was like $11.50, $12 for this used book. In new condition, brand spanking new, it was $20, but this is like new condition. Okay, so if you are going to buy cookbooks, try to get the used ones. My mom just dropped off a cookbook to me. I was super excited. It was the Betty Crocker first edition 1950 cookbook. Y'all, that's sitting on my top shelf. Nobody touches that cookbook. That is nostalgic if there ever was a cookbook. But this one here, yes, I bought it cheaper. Great price. Not complaining. Hardback cover. Great used on Amazon. However, I also found it on eBay in great condition. Used. Free shipping as well because I'm on Amazon Prime. But free shipping on eBay because the seller was offering free shipping for $5.95. I was floored. So while I was on there, I bought 2 more of her cookbooks. You'll see those coming later on in a different video because they haven't been shipped out yet. I just purchased them about 15 minutes ago. And I spent $10 between 2 cookbooks. 2 additional cookbooks. I love this author. I love the Pioneer Woman. I'm obsessed. Her meals are fantastic. They help us stretch our meals and things of that nature and make really good, flavorful meals. I love recipes, y'all. It's just bottom line. Why does that entitle into everything else? I also bought a 52-week meal planning set, also on eBay for $14, brand new from the Pioneer Woman, and that's coming. Why is all of this tying into... We're going to move these books over, y'all, so I don't get you too tied up in here. Into your inventory list, because you're going to go through your house and you're also going to start making meals that you like. Again, that's coming in the next video. That's where you start working on these inventories. Once you're done with this video, grab your inventory list, grab a notebook, purchase this off Etsy if you'd like. Go Go to Cook List and start scanning items if you want to. Link your Walmart account. I believe you can link other stores too. I believe I got Sam's Club linked. I don't know if I have Costco's linked or not. There's other stores that you can link on Cook List. Again, it's an app that you have to download and you do have to purchase it. So they got monthly and yearly subscriptions for it. And they've got different tiers on there. But get your list. Get your notebook if you don't have anything right now other than a notebook and a pen. Start writing down what you have. Start weeding out things that you don't want anymore. Things your family don't like. Things that you don't use. Get rid of those because now you're going to be making space for your prepper pantry. You're going to make space for your kitchen pantry. What you're going to do is you're going to start filling up your kitchen pantry first. Your prepper pantry is your overage. Those are things that you have downstairs because your pantry upstairs is full. Now, my pantry upstairs right now, my working pantry is not full, y'all. You'll be able to see that in the next video. But I'm going to stock things in my kitchen pantry and while I'm working on stocking up my prepper pantry. Remember, 1 for now, 2 for later. That famous saying. If you can't buy 2 for later, 1 for now, 1 for later. If you can buy more than 2, 1 for now, cases for later. Whatever you need to do. Your budget is also going to determine how many months you're going to stock up for. Whether it's days, weeks, months, years. That's going to be determined by your budget that you want to set. We're all trying to feed our family now with the high inflation. Now, we have to stock a prepper pantry on top of trying to feed our kids. Oh boy. I'm going to show you and break it down for you on how easy to do it. You all know I'm a budgeter. For those of you who know my budget channel, I'm a budgeter too. I'm not just a prepper. And everybody's got bills to pay. Everybody's got food to buy. And now I'm telling you to stock a prepper pantry on top of food that you're putting on the table. And you're thinking, how am I going to do this? Very, very simple. I'll discuss all of that in our next video when I show you my kitchen and how little left we have left out of our 2-year prepper pantry that we did eat down. And you saw my freezers, y'all. They're like empty as can be. Remember, I bought 5 pounds of hamburger yesterday, or ground beef. Some people call it hamburger in the South. We call it ground beef up here. I'm keeping 2 pounds out for this week. The other 3 pounds are going down to my freezer. That is how I'm doing it. Portion control is huge. But get your inventory ready. Your freezers, your fridges, your deep freezers, your pantry, your shelves, your cabinets, your hall closet for all your personal care, your health care, all of that, your medical. Get all the things that you know you currently have. Weed out the things that you don't need and or use or love. Make space for things that you're going to need, use, and love. Next video, when I show you how we're going to start stocking your prepper pantry and your current pantry, which is your working pantry, your kitchen, I'm also going to teach you, start looking into meals, start making ideas, write down meals that your family loves. And every time you write down those meals, write down the ingredients you use for it. Once you do that, then that's when you start expanding on how many times you're going to eat that meal within a given time period. That helps you learn how to stock up your pantry. Let's give you an example before this next video. My kids love spaghetti. Oh my Lord, they were born in Italy. I kid you not. No, not really, but they're born in the United States. I was born in Europe. But with that being said, they love pasta, okay? They love pasta. So if I make a pasta dish every single week, which I do, sometimes twice, if I make a thing of pasta, easy numbers. This is not my numbers. Let me tell you, my kids eat pasta like it's going out of style. But if I do 1 box of pasta, 1 box of pasta sauce, and 1 pound of meatballs every single week, then I know I need 4 pounds of pasta, 4 pasta sauces, and 4 pounds of meatballs for the month. Now that's if I make spaghetti and meatballs every single week. And you take that, you multiply it times, I want 3 months supply of that. So instead of making it 4, now you're going to 12 pounds of pasta, 12 pounds of meatballs, and 12 jars of sauce. That's a 3-month supply. You see what I'm saying? If you buy 1 jar of sauce and it's on sale, I love the 99 cents that Pasta sauce used to be on sale. It used to be the regular price for Walmart. Now it's $1.65. Let's not talk about that. We'll talk about cost in the next video. But with that being said, if it's on sale for 99 cents and you can buy 12 jars and get it for $12, you just bought your pasta sauce for this month and a stock up pasta sauce for the next 2 months. See what I'm saying? Same thing with meatballs, same things with noodles. Math is going to be super simple. Addition, subtraction, multiplication, and all right, the last one was addition. So you're adding products. That's addition. You're subtracting items from your cabinets, your shelving units, things of that nature. That's subtraction. Multiplying. How many times you're going to have that meal in a given time period? Weeks, months, 6 months, a year, things of that nature. Multiplication. Division. How many people are you cooking for? You need that meal for 6 people. So how much do you need for each meal? That's division. I have 3 kids in my house. My son is 13 and he's 5'10". He grew 2 inches in the last month. He is on schedule to be between 6'4" and 6'7". That scares me because he eats like he's got an NFL belly, but I don't have an NFL budget. Okay, he eats like he's a grown, I don't know, Kansas City lineman. Okay, but you know, with that being said, am I going to feed him like he's one person? Am I going to feed him like he's 2 people? He's a growing boy. He's very, very thin. Don't get it wrong. My son's 5'10", but he's only 133 pounds. Okay, he needs to gain some weight. This kid can put down so much food and he doesn't gain an ounce. I don't touch the food and I gain 3 pounds. You know, things of that nature. So how many people you have in your family, there's your division. So in our next video again, I'm going to show you my kitchen. I'm going to work on these worksheets. I'm going to show you my plan. I'm going to show you how I do things in my house. I'll give you some more tips and tricks on why we're getting rid of things, what we're bringing in. Y'all, we don't get cookies from the store hardly ever. We make our own cookies. My son gave me a breakfast meal this morning of 3 eggs, one for one of my Chihuahuas, Rowie, because he needs a little bit extra added protein. So I had 2 eggs, 2 pieces of toast, and 2 pieces of turkey bacon. Y'all, at IHOP, that'd cost me $11. Here, it didn't even cost me 2. So, stay in. Get your inventory list. Make your meals from home. Do your copycat meals. Do your recipe books. Do your online. YouTube is a great source of recipes. Save them in YouTube, okay? Save them in your account. Create a folder in there that says recipes like I do. Go on allrecipes.com. Change serving sizes if you need to. Bigger family, smaller family. Make 1 meal for now, 1 meal for later. All of this is all going to be combined in these inventory sheets because you're going to have all the ingredients on hand to do so. You're not going to go out to takeout because I'm also going to start showing you how I do freezer meals. I'm also in a club called freezermeals101.com where I can go in, I can pick meals out, I can change serving sizes, I can print out a list and either put it on walmart.com or I can go to the store and purchase it and I don't have to create a shopping list. All kinds of things are out there for you to grab and get a hold of. So these are just some options I wanted to show you. These are the inventory sheets. Again, these will be linked down below in the description box if you are wanting to get these sheets. Y'all can go out and get a notebook. Y'all can do 3-ring binding. Y'all can go on your computer and type it in Word document and save it there. Y'all can do all kinds of things. The sky's the limit, especially when it comes to inventory. Just know what you have on hand, and then let's get you prepped and ready to start stocking your prepper pantry. All right, y'all, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, and or suggestions, always leave it down in the comment section down below. I definitely answer all comments myself. I don't have anybody else answer my comments for me. I answer every comment that comes in. And if you got a question, hit me there. All right, y'all, catch you next video. Until then, Without Limits is out.